Peace, and greetings. What's good? So we gonna talk about do the right thing today. I was checking it out during the shadow hours of the evening yesterday, and yeah, I'm like, yo, I gotta go into this joint. And by the way, shout out to all the brothers and sisters in the New York boroughs. You know what I'm saying? Much respect and honor to y'all, especially those who know the knowledge, got the knowledge of self, know the soul, and not continuing the propaganda and the bullshit. So yeah, do the right thing. Mookie was like a figure, like a lead figure in the movie, and you know the youngest looked up to him, things like that. Yeah, so you got Mookie, and then you got the youngins, you got the three, you got the three wise men right here, and they don't take no shit. Straight up, they don't take no shit. You know what I mean? And they all got the box cuts, which represent crowns. You know what I'm saying? The ones who have the low cuts, like Martin Lawrence and these cats here, you know what I'm saying? They don't got their crowns yet. Why? Because they not fully as you can, if you really pay attention, they frequency is low. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they doing what they do, you know what I'm saying, as being teenagers or what have you, because they consider teenagers in the film. You know what I mean? They the YNs or what you would call it. But they have low cuts because they have not yet developed their mane, which is their crown, symbolically. So they still wet behind the ear. They still do little childish things, but they still souls in training. You know what I'm saying? The ones who have the crown, such as Radio Raheem, Mookie, and this cat here, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. They the ones who definitely, if you can observe their personalities, are very bold, you know. Then you got Samuel. He was you know, the one who was throwing the signal out there, let you know what's going on. He would be the one who has the connection with God. You know what I mean? He would be considered like a pharaoh, in other words. That's why when they was arguing one scene, he was like, cut that shit out. So it's like he flexing his power, not in the ego, but like, yo, keep the peace. Like, y'all tripping right here. Time out. Cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Cut that shit out. So yeah, the three wise men. Then you got Radio Raheem. Radio Raheem was the Jesus Christ character. You know what I mean? Which ain't really Jesus, but you know, he was the God man who was trying to spread the message on fighting against the powers that be. That's why he had the radio. You know what I'm saying? Ra and Dios. And then his name itself, Rahim. And, you know, the sun vibration, him. You know what I'm saying? An affiliation with the Elohim. So, you know, that radio was his message around in the community, you know, fight the power. You see, he wasn't blasting no trash music, nothing like that. It was strictly, you know, let's fight the powers that be. You know what I mean? So that's the frequency he was on. He was on a higher frequency, even when he came into Sal's Pizza and, you know, demanding that he get 2 slices with extra mozzarella and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? He was already in error with that. You know, eating the beast's food. And, you know, that wall of fame that dude was crying about. You know what I mean? Why you crying about anything about the beast representing you. The beast ain't gonna represent you. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is to, keep them out the neighborhood. And it's nothing against human beings. The thing is that um we're not in servitude to you guys. That's not our duty to serve you guys. You know what I'm saying? Our duty is to carry ourselves as ether beings with non-emotions and to deal with things logically all around the board. You know what I'm saying? And we have uh, a soul or makeup of fire, which means y'all house something that's opposite of us. So why would we keep y'all in our ring of fire when y'all's frequency doesn't reach that vibration? And it's not me taking shots. It's just what it is. It's inevitable. This is who we are. And these are the cosmic laws that's in us, authentically, organically. That's just cosmic law. Y'all can't be around us. And anytime y'all around us, within these circles and stuff, because some of these cats, they be in some of these black power circles and melanin being circles and all of that. Yeah, infiltration. Infiltration has taken place. But they did a hangman ritual on Radio Raheem. Guaranteed. It was the killing of the sun. It was the killing of the sun. Hangman ritual. Mookie was dodging. Mookie was dodging, man. That's why he wore the Dodgers jersey. He wore the Dodgers jersey because he was dodging the reality. And then what? He had the number 42, which 4 plus 2 is 6. So he adopted the 6. Instead of the 9, he adopted the 6, and then he's carrying the cube. Masonry, sows, serving the beast, and serving the poison in the community. And the reason why the business kept going in the community, because like I said, Mookie was like a leader. You know what I'm saying? He would be considered like a young pharaoh, and then, being observed and guided by the elders and stuff like that, the 3 wise men, and yeah, so he was dodging reality. And then he had Robin's son in the back of his jersey, robbing his own light, robbing his own sunlight. Then he took a shower. Right? And what'd he do? He put on Sal's shirt, uniform. He became one with the uniform. And Sal was trying to sleep with his sister. And you gotta understand that conversations is sex. So they was having sex symbolically. You know what I mean? And big bro like, take your ass home. He trying to smash. You know what I mean? He trying to hit that. We not supposed to be mixing our seed with the daughters of man. They said that in the Bible. And that's cosmic freaking law. It ain't nothing against you, against the humans. It's just cosmic freaking law. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But yeah, Radio Raheem was definitely They definitely did a ritual on him. 3 wise men. The youngest again. See, they got the shorter crowns because they in training and becoming bold gods, man. So they watching Mookie, they watching the elder, and they cussed this dude out. They cussed this elder out. Why? Because he was drinking. It's like, real shit is going on in the community, and you want to play it safe with drinking your alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Supporting these businesses. So it's the thing. It's about the black race, the so-called black race in this movie, taking accountability of their position, because the positions is very well present. You can see the positions that they're playing, but they're lacking in those positions until shit got real later on. Then everybody wanted, you know what I'm saying? The elder here, he stopped drinking, so he just started, the energy started shifting in his favor, whereas though the respect started, you know what I'm saying, flowing, as far as him being the elder in the community once he put that drink down. You know what I mean? So the energy definitely shift in his favor later. You know what I mean? So it's about accountability. And the reason why, too, it was super hot, because they letting you know it's about the ether beings. It don't really had nothing to do with direct summer. They letting you know, like, yeah, you in a neighborhood community where there's non-ether. And it's going to be hot as shit. You know what I mean? High energy. High freaking energy. And that's the thing, too. Because this cat, Mookie had the 3 slashes on his back. When he, this whole thing here, I'm trying to get a better visual of the back of the damn uniform, because you got the word pizzeria there, but that's where they throw you off, because you put Sal's name on his back. He was already falling. That's why I was saying, when he had the jersey on, that already signified his consciousness going into him fully, putting on that goddamn uniform, which is Sal's pizzeria, on his damn back. And then you got the P-I-Z-Z, you know what I'm saying, in pizzeria. You got the ZZ in back of his uniform shirt, but it's not ZZs, it's 3-3s, it's 33. You know what I'm saying? You got the slashes as well, slash of the beast. You know what I'm saying? He got slashed on his back by the mark of the beast. So, definitely, I observed that. You'll see it when you watch the movie. You gotta be able to see, man, because they got this shit laced up heavy. You know what I mean? But yeah, the ethers came through and burned Sal's down. Why? And that's the thing, man. Stop begging for these cats to respect you and put your people on the wall and all of that. No, they ain't doing that. You know what I mean? People supposed to stand on business. And first of all, y'all was wrong for even letting Sal continue to sell poison in a freaking neighborhood. Like, that's just what it is. They supported these foreign businesses, made them feel comfortable. And, once they did that, the other humans start flying through. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made it okay. Because when they see one, you know what I'm saying, it's come in, come all. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Robin and son. It don't have nothing to do with the baseball player, man. Smoke and mirrors, dog. Yeah, I mean, shun, shun. But yeah, man. Shout out to my brothers and sisters in New York, man, and the New York boroughs. All peace and honor, man, and gratitude. I'm talking about the one, the real that's out there in the New York boroughs. You know what I mean? Your boy carrying the cube, man. Carrying the goddamn cube. You know? So yeah, that's what it is, man. I can go more in depth. I definitely can go more in depth. But yeah, when that human came through and with the bike and all of that, man, that all forms of infiltration. Even with the dude with the caddy, you know what I'm saying? That word caddy has some history behind it. You know, due to a business being founded under the the core, the connection with the name and all that type of stuff, man. I told y'all when it comes to these businesses being founded, that mean they stole it. You know what I'm saying? Or it was left vacant and it was stolen. So yeah. So you look at the word Cadillac, you got lac, and that is a compound or ingredient that is laced on foods. You know, it's a chemical. You know what I mean? Then you look at the logo, it's Masonic. So they sent a Mason through there to cause a uproar or a disconnect. You know, a disconnect. And then it's crazy how dude come through in a convertible. Like, what are you doing? Like, that can't be the only street in New York whereas you can get to your goddamn destination. You gotta be kidding me. New York too motherfucking big. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, like take another route. Like you riding through the ether neighborhood, knowing damn well you already on some standoffish BS. You know, talking about turn off the the not turn off the fire hydrant, but yeah, don't talking about don't let it splash on you and shit like that. Like, come on, man, that was an agenda. And then when he poured over after getting splashed on and all that shit, the cops came through immediately after. That's cause they was watching. You know what I'm saying? They was watching the entire time. They would just, that's what I'm saying. Then they try to act like, yeah, they was, the cops was rocking out with the so-called black race and all. You know what I'm saying? Them cats was acting. They was acting all of that out. All of that out. They was acting. To cause an infiltration. And that's what they do. They act like they beefing with each other to distract you to infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? They cause the distraction to throw you off. These are military tactics. Military tactics, which signifies all animal behavior. you know, like come on, man. Yo, this movie so deep. Like if you really pay attention, man, they showing you how these demons infiltrate, man. They be showing you how these demons move. But yeah, they did Radio Raheem dirty. Yeah, I mean, they did the homie dirty that was crying. I forget his name on the joint. Um, but they did him dirty. Yeah, I mean, the one that was begging for those black folk to be on Sal's wall. Like, you gotta be kidding me, man. You begging the beast to accept you and to respect you. That was a bad move, dog. Like, come on, Shun. What's wrong with you, Shun? You know what I mean? This bull. He was begging, man. begging. And then this girl here, I don't know.